Greetings, all. It's Max, and we're back, and we are doing Gallows Road movie review. This is a Christian movie. This is up on PureFlix, and it has Kevin Sorbo points. Kevin Sorbo points. Now, there's a lot of things I want to say about this, but it has a 5.1 on IMDb. I guess people thought it was very average, but I want to go down and actually read the user reviews. This will sum it up better than I can just off the top of my head. Film festivals are often loaded with passion projects from filmmakers. This is pretty much every Christian movie out there, by the way. No budget. They clawed it together. Yep, shoestrings. With the help of friends and family. You gotta take that into account. Okay? Not a big budget thing. So we're going to go to the synopsis, which I'm going to let the user review actually do, as opposed to the one line that they wrote for the synopsis. With a seemingly wonderful life, a beautiful wife, two terrific kids, a new business started with his brother, Bob Collins, played by Ernie Hudson, who is phenomenal in this, experiences the worst tragedy imaginable in the form of a hate crime from a couple of local racist brothers, Rhett Terrell, Frank Mosley, who call themselves the Brotherhood. In response, Bob declares that he is done with God and quietly drops from society and isolates himself in the country. It's kind of an old trope. But the way they do it is good. Okay, I mean, you don't know whether or not they're going after the guy because he's a black guy or whether or not it's because of his religious beliefs. And of course, my cat wants to mess with me because I'm recording. The film's themes include faith, family, and forgiveness, while also dealing with deep sorrow, anger, racism, revenge, alcoholism, and entitlement. It also reminds us that each of us has challenges in life, and periodically we need support or assistance. Maybe it's the little girl with a split lip, or a wife whose husband drinks too much, or even the angry young punk who lacks proper role model. The messages and approach are admirable, though the scenes featuring Ernie Hudson are clearly a step above all others. Ernie Hudson is great. I mean, the guy's in his 70s, and he could beat my butt. I guarantee you, Ernie Hudson. I mean, he looks like he could take on the heavyweight champ. I can't believe how good that guy looks after so many years. It's ridiculous how good that guy looks. His expressive eyes hide nothing, and his transformation from happy father husband to broken man provides a seminar on fine acting. They saw the same thing. Other supporting work is provided by Kevin Sorbo. Sorbo did a poor job in this movie. Very poor job. From a film that lists Jesus in the closing credits under thanks, it's not surprising nuance that subtlety are the most absent from the script, especially from the score, which is entirely too prominent for the story. I did not get that the score was that bad. Still, the messages are worthy and quite welcome given the times and the issues we face. It should also be noted that we post-screening Q&A was moderated by energetic and always likable Stephen Tobolowsky, who made it clear his admiration for Ernie Hudson in the movie. Well, Ernie Hudson made the movie. I mean, this guy, Ernie Hudson, is great. Is great. And when you put Ernie Hudson in there, and other good actors, there's a lot of good actors in this movie next to Kevin Sorbo. Okay? I'm a fanboy for Sorbo because he's from Minnesota. But I understand that Kevin Sorbo plays Kevin Sorbo. That's what he does. and they never change his hair. He never has to act at all. He just goes in there and goes, "I'm Hercules." It's bad. It made Kevin Sorbo look like a punk. Ernie Hudson, with no budget, did a fantastic job. And the little kids in this movie did a fantastic job. Gallows Road, all right, 2017. They did great. The spiritual message is forgiveness. That's what it all comes down to. There is a lot going on in the movie. And I have to give it negative points because Kevin Sorbo is bad acting. He's not, he's the number one guy. He's on the thing here. It says Ernie Hudson and Kevin Sorbo. Kevin Sorbo is in like 5 minutes of the movie. I don't know why. Why have Kevin Sorbo? You could hire anybody else to go do the part that he's doing. You got Kevin Sorbo? Why? This is bad. Okay. Synopsis of the story is they didn't want to go too far into the racism thing, but they burned Ernie Hudson's house down and they killed his family. And Ernie Hudson said, "How can God allow that to happen?" It's a standard trope on all Christian movies. Okay? That's a standard thing. But the acting was so wonderful. It carried me through the entire thing. I really enjoyed it. I did not care for the conclusion. Didn't have a satisfying ending. But I liked watching the actors do what they do. And I thought it was fairly good. It was fairly good. But it's funny when you watch like Sorbo, who is kind of like probably there in an afternoon, and they have like an hour or two to shoot, and Sorbo's just there, and you have real actors trying, and you have Sorbo who just showed up like, "Hey, I'm here." You can see it in the movie. 5.1 on IMDb. No. This is a hard 6.5. A hard 6.5. And I actually really, man, Ernie Hudson just knocking it out of the park. They probably gave him a sandwich or something to do this movie. Here's a sandwich. That's... You ain't Tom Cruise. You ain't getting hundreds of millions of dollars to go do what he's doing. Guy's 72, 73 years old. Up there making a movie. Gave him a sandwich and said, "You want to go act?" And he's, "Yeah." If you want to see incredibly good acting, now, screenplay wise, it's still good. It definitely does not deserve this 5.1. Definitely did not. And Sorbo is not even in the movie, so I don't know why he's like on the main thing. The little kids did a great job. Everyone did a good job. Negative points about the movie is I think that they made the race issue a big deal without actually going full bore into it. Synopsis of the movie is apparently you got some brothers who just don't like people, and because they're connected to higher ups, in this small town, they can get away with whatever they want to, which is kind of dumb. Okay, it's kind of dumb. And they want to go on the racism thing. They really want to, but they don't quite go there. And it's like the whole story would have made sense if you would have done that. But they didn't do that. They kind of just made it like they didn't like the guy. Which doesn't make sense. But overall, Gallows Road 2017. Max thinks 6.5. 6.5 out of 10. And I'll probably even go 5.5 because of the Kevin Sorbo thing. Kevin Sorbo can go up or he can go down. Either one. And for Kevin Sorbo, if you cast anybody else in that position, it would have been a better movie. He's not in that much. With that, I think we